FA Cup results from last night. Billy Sharp scored an extra time winner as Sheffield United, the Blades, squeezed through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup with a 2-1 win over Reading at the Madejski Stadium. Newcastle are into the quarters for the first time since 2006 after winning 3-2 at the Hawthorns. Now, all the focus last night was at Stamford Bridge in West London, where Frank Lampard has hailed the infectious Pedro after Chelsea's 2-0 win over Liverpool in the FA Cup fifth round last night. Pedro has struggled for game time this season, but helped the Blues prevail at Stamford Bridge, where goals from Willian and Ross Barkley saw Lampard's side into the quarterfinals. The Spaniard has made just 12 starts in all competitions this season, but Lampard praised the 32-year-old and said Pedro could be crucial for Chelsea's late run in the campaign. And it's a very interesting one, guys. Before we go to audio, of course, to hear from Lampard, I just want to touch on Pedro. And what a fantastic game he had, Barry, playing between the lines and also playing wide of attack. I mean, he caused all sorts of trouble for the Liverpool midfield and defenders.
He really did, and also he had a bit of a license to move, as you say, between the lines, but he was going across as well. So he was very hard to track down for Liverpool, number one. Number two, he also gave Chelsea something extra. When they won the ball, they could transition very quickly. He had a phenomenal game.
A phenomenal game. Pause, we got our predictions wrong.
What did you all do? What did you all say?
Barry and I went for Liverpool. I went 2-0.
I went Liverpool by 1.
I probably would have gone Liverpool 2-0.
Yeah, Barry went Liverpool by 1. I got the scoreline correct.
You did.
Wrong team, though. It was Chelsea who won, and you can't complain much over the fact that Chelsea won. They deserved that victory.
Yeah, look, I think they came out all guns blazing. I think that they wanted to get through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, I think, more than Liverpool did.
Yeah, they wanted to get through, and of course it means a lot more to them. Now let's hear from Chelsea manager Frank Lampard.
Outstanding tonight in work ethic, and players look up to him because of what he's done here. Always a goal threat. And in terms of the season, parts have been difficult. He was in the team at the start of the season, then got injured, and then got out of the team. But what he's shown, particularly in recent weeks, is a real desire in training to be the best trainer, to look sharp, to be hungry, to be giving advice and giving the younger players around him with his body language and a lift. And he can be, without a doubt, if he carries on like tonight. He's an infectious player. When he plays the way he plays, consistent work rate, can always do things with the ball, gives everything for the team. So yeah, I agree, he can. It's hard to be comprehensive against Liverpool because they remain in the game because of the team that they are, but yeah, I mean, can't ask for any more. Spirit of the performance, work ethic of the performance, the quality. You've got to defend really well to keep a clean sheet against them, because what a team they are. And we did. Defended with everything, played well, and deserved to win the game.
Frank Lampard there pointing out that Chelsea deserved to win the game, and they certainly did. That second goal they scored, Ross Barkley, he would have enjoyed that. Former Everton player, wore the blue of Merseyside, now wears the blue of London, and what a corker from the edge of the box.
Absolutely. Look, Liverpool a little bit complicit in it, backing off a little bit too much on him, but he took the space, used it wisely, and pulled the trigger. Even when he had a pass on, he still went for it from just outside the box, and my goodness, Adrian had no chance.
You are not happy, Barry, with Liverpool's approach in this game, the selections made by Jurgen Klopp. You were telling me that you felt that Liverpool could have gone for this game. Chelsea, yes, they won 2-0, but you think that a full-strength Liverpool would have given it a real go?
Yeah, I think a full-strength Liverpool could have certainly given it a good go. We'll never know whether they would have won the match or not, but I think that a full-strength Liverpool would have been a lot more competitive. We saw it in the latter part of the game when the big three were on the field. So for me, I think perhaps Jurgen Klopp, for staying in the competition, the importance of the FA Cup to him, if he had fielded a full-strength side, Liverpool possibly would have still been in the competition.
Pause, 3 losses in 4 matches, 3 losses in the 3 major competitions that Liverpool is playing in. Lost to Atletico Madrid. They, of course, have got a chance to right that wrong next week at Anfield. A loss in the league to Watford, but Liverpool is 22 points clear, knocked out of the FA Cup by Chelsea. Is it a crisis at Anfield?
I don't think it's a crisis. I'm just worried about a little bit of lethargicness coming out of the players, and that They're looking a little bit tired.
Is it the winter break? I mean, maybe not tired, but maybe they lost their rhythm.
Yes,
that winter break
yes.
that Klopp pushed
Point. That's not a bad point.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few pundits bring that up. I'm glad you have, because everything before the winter break was falling in pleasant places for Liverpool. After the winter break, performances have dipped. We saw it in that West Ham game where Liverpool snuck over the line, and then subsequent to that, of course, Atletico Madrid and so on and so forth. So for me, yes, there might have been a bit of a loss of rhythm, a loss of inertia, a loss of momentum as a result of the winter break. So perhaps it wasn't the blessing that we thought it was.
Okay, I want to read a message that I received earlier from someone on Twitter who was trying to sum up Liverpool, and I'm just going to look for the message here. And he was talking about Liverpool having rhythmic players. Now, you play football, Barry, and perhaps you would understand this, that Liverpool has got rhythmic players that need to get into a certain groove, into a certain rhythm. Once they get there, they're pretty difficult to stop. So you've got guys who, like VVD, once he's in a zone, he's unbeatable. Mo Salah, when he's hot and he's unplayable. Same thing can be said about Sadio Mane as well, and Bobby Firmino, and players of that ilk.
Robbo,
Robbo,
etc. When they can deliver good crosses.
So did this winter break lose Liverpool a bit of momentum and a bit of rhythm?
I can only use an example from last season. I can't remember whether it was one of the yellow and black teams, either Wolves or Watford.
Yeah.
During that game, what they did was they broke the game up and began to feign injury and all sorts. And the breaking up of the game caused Liverpool off their game. So consequently for me, because they're rhythmic players, I believe that winter break wasn't the blessing that we believed it was.
Okay, there's action tonight in the FA Cup. The fifth round continues. Tottenham versus Norwich City at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the City of London. That's an all-Premiership clash. Sheffield Wednesday, they will welcome Manchester City to the City of Steel, and Leicester City entertain Birmingham City in a Midlands derby. It's Leicester versus Birmingham.